is going to be due on Wednesday, so you'll still have some time to work on it tomorrow in class. Okay. Alright, so you'll see there was a slide there that says difficult consecutive integer problem. So that gets everybody excited when they see that word difficult, I'm sure. Alright. So we got these are much more difficult to set up. But it sort of combines consecutive integers with the stuff that we were doing on Friday, the number word problem. Okay? So we are supposed to find two consecutive integers such that all this stuff in yellow, let's not worry about that right now. So we still got our first integer. That is going to be x, right? I've still got my second integer. And that is still x plus 1. Okay? So, what we're going to have to do is we are going to have to read this and write an equation. It's not going to be just add them together and it equals something, right? Because they give us this long, complicated expression here. So, it says the larger is that the first or the second integer? Second. That's the second one, right? So the larger one, that's x plus 1. I'm going to put some parentheses around it, just in case I need those. Is tells me to put equal sign. 9 tells me to write a 9, right? More than is a plus. Ignore that x right there. It should be there. More than twice the smaller. So twice tells me to do what? Multiply by 2. What's the smaller integer? X. Okay. So we've got x plus 1 is 9 more than, or you could switch order here. It's not as important with addition. Twice the smaller. So you're reading through just like we were, but we're, instead of having just an x that we're using the x and the x plus 1. So we're going to solve this equation. These parentheses right here are not really doing anything, so you could just drop them if you wanted to. Let's see, Presley, what would we do first to solve this equation? Kind of like there's nothing there, so you could sort of like distribute that 1, which is really just going to be like dropping those parentheses. Sometimes it's important that you have those parentheses under x plus 1 because you might have a number that has to be distributed. It doesn't here, so if you left them off, it'd be okay. What will we do after that, Presley? Okay, so I've got to get those x's together, but they're on separate sides of the equal sign. So which one do you want to move, Presley? The 1x. Okay, so I'm going to subtract the 1x here. So 1 equals 9 plus x, or you can put a 1x there if you want. Okay, what would I do next, Presley? Good. If I subtract 9 over here, also have to do that over here. And what am I going to get, Presley? Negative 8. Hello? You sure can. You're welcome. Alright, passionate is for you, your week. So, will you be here tomorrow? Okay. We don't have anything to do. Okay. Alright, so first integer is negative 8. What's the next one? Negative 7. Because we added 1 to that 8. questions? Alright. Let's look at this next one. Alright, find 3 consecutive even integers such that, and it gives us all this big piece of all of this information here. Alright. So we've got, since this is even integers, we're going to have x plus 2, and x plus 4. So first integer is x, second one is x plus 2, third is x plus 4. So, we got to read through this and figure out what we're going to do. We got sum. What sum tells us to do? Add. So then we'll have 2 things added together. Alright? Sum of twice the first. What's that tell me to write? 2 times the first integer. What's our first integer? Just the x. And the other thing that we're adding together here is 3 times the third. 3 times, make sure you got the x plus 4, not just the 4 there. Okay? So 3 times the third is equals 14 more than, just because I don't want you to get mixed up on the less than, because it matters a lot on less than. I'm going to do this way. 14 more than tells me I need to add 14, but I need to add it over here on the end. So 14 more than 4 times the second. So it'll be 4 times what? X plus 2. Whew. Makes a pretty big equation that you have to deal with here. Okay, so Julian, help me solve this. What would I do?
So you will multiply the 3 the x.
Good.
And 3x. And then 4, 12.
Very good.
And then you do the same to the 4x, square x, plus 8.
Good.
And then
Do that distribution. All right, what do we do after that, Julian? Okay.
and then you'll combine.
Mine. Good. And so what will we get on that left-hand side?
You'll add 2, 3x, then 5x.
And just bring down that plus 12, right? Okay, on the other side, what are we going to get?
And then let's get 4x plus plus 8 plus 10 plus 14.
We can put the 8 and the 14 together, because neither one of them have x's. So what do we get when we add the 8 and 14?
22.
Good. Okay.
And then you'll combine like terms again.
Okay, but this time they're on opposite sides of the equal sign, right? So
You'll subtract 4.
okay, like that. That's just going to give me an x right here. I can put the 1 if I want, but I don't have to.
And then you'll get, and then you'll have to minus 12, subtract 12, sorry.
Yep.
And you'll get 12.
Not 12.
10.
10. Good. Okay, very good. So 10 is my first number. What's the second number?
11.
careful, consecutive, even integers. So it should be 12 and then 14. We got to skip a number since it said even. It's really easy to mess that up there at the end. And these are a lot harder to check because you would have to plug it back in to that original equation. You'd have to plug 10 back in and you could check, but that's going to take a while to do. So. And if your equation's wrong, you still wouldn't know this. Alright, questions on that one? Alright, I want you guys. Actually, let's look at the worksheet instead. Look at that worksheet that you guys are given. And I want you guys to try number 10. Number 10 starts getting crazy. Yeah, there's the back of this one. 33 more than the least of the integers. Okay, so you're not going to set this equal to 33. You're going to do sum of the integers, which is x plus x is 3x. 1 plus 2 is 3. Alright, so that is your sum of the 3 consecutive integers. But the sum of the 3 consecutive integers is, that tells me to put equal sign, 33 more than, what's more than tell me to do? Add the least of the integers. Which one's the least of the integers? X. So my equation is going to be 3x plus 3 equals 33 plus x. And I love it if you put,
Plus x equals 33.
if you did it this way, instead, x plus 33, I like it even a little bit better. It doesn't matter, either one's correct here, but if you don't switch the order, you're likely to mess it up when you see less than when it does matter. Okay. The way, alright, so, we're going to, what do we do first? Combine, but we're over the equal sign.
And then it's 2 minus 3. Get 30, and then subtract the 3. You get, divided by 8.
Okay? Alright, now if you have not done 10 yet, this is 10 on the worksheet, so 15, 16, 17. Alright, so, tomorrow, okay, everybody quiet and listen, please. Tomorrow, I will show up on the meeting, hopefully, Lord willing, it will work. And we will do a few more of these difficult problems together. And then you're going to have a worksheet that's got some of these difficult ones plus this worksheet here. Both of those are going to be due on Wednesday. Okay? Any questions about anything? Alright, Marla, do you mind passing out whites for me?
Do you want to do it?
Wait, would you rather?
Wait, you can do it.
You can, if you'd like.
I don't really care.